Welcome back to a Game of Thrones, and welcome back to, of course, the Kingdom of the Storm Throne. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically, kingdoms united under King Boris the Wise, Dragon Rider. It just kind of makes sense that dragons, you know, and then the whole storm thing would be used. Dragons fly on winds. Look, it's kind of a stretch, but it does also kind of a little bit make sense. So, we've got a couple of other promises to unite here. We've got to reform the religion. We've got to dish out these lands and eradicate the faith of the Seven. We're very much in our last final bit here for King Boris the Wise. He's definitely fulfilled his goals. I want to see what the God King worship has in store for us, though. That is the ultimate goal, of course, of the campaign, is to get everybody worshipping him as a new god. Which we're not too far off of. 40.7. We just need to replace, you know, either Weeping Town or North Cracklaw there. Oh, in fact, North Cracklaw has a temple being built, doesn't it? So at which stage, it should give us a little more moral authority. I think we do need to revoke it and dish it out because we still won't quite have enough. But after that stage, we are good to go. You all can stay where they are. So, of course, last episode we found out if we try and declare foreign wars, our Westerosi lords are not going to hang around. The second the realm goes into that much turmoil, they're just going to declare independence. We saw it with the Riverlands, which we've now revoked. So before we declare any more future wars, we want to revoke a province from the Riverlands. Right now we're trying to go for Lady Corellan of Seaguard. We're going to revoke that. Or we could go for Old Stones. Shit, I didn't even think about that. We could save up 1,000 gold and just go for Old Stones as well. That's also something. We failed to gather ingredients. Good work. Nice one. This guy wants to be released from prison. Sure, why the hell not? We might as well go for it. We're seeing as we're trying to save up right now. We can make Old Stones the new capital of the Trident. Obviously, the downside to that is... Oh, is it called the Trident now rather than the Riverlands? That's kind of cool. After being skillfully treated by Master Malwyn, my sister Gail is feeling much better. Personally present to the court. The only downside to that is we would have to wait for the colony to finish because the AI is not very good at colony management. They have a habit of just letting it fall into ruin immediately. So, at which point, obviously, we would lose 1,000 gold and gain back the Kingdom of the Riverlands. It's not going to help anybody. It's not going to deal with any of our problems. So, marry as you please. I don't care about you. There we go. We got 50-50. Oh, go on then. Oh, God, we failed. All right. Fine. Lady Celia of Silver Spring becomes a member of the Silver Spring family. That's okay then. Shit. So, what's our dishonor now? -10, and our tyranny is at -5. That's okay, it's not too bad. Those will obviously disintegrate pretty quickly. We need to just incite anybody to revolt. We could just clear any old duke. Who's got the highest chance? 47% on that guy. 37% on that guy. Let's try Stonehenge. 37. We've got, of course, Riverrun itself. 38. I think I'm just going to stick with you then. I'm sorry. You're the most likely... Oh, shit, we're down to 56. Less people want to join the flock, so we're dishonorable now. God fucking damn it. Marella Oakheart has converted to the Gods of the Storm Faith. We need a Warden of the North. Should be a proper soldier. So we've got, oh, a Stark. Oh, we have Moat Cailin. That would be an appropriate Warden of the North, huh? Sure. So Edwin Stark, you're a Warden of the North. Literally on Moat Cailin, the point that divides the North from, of course, the neck here with the Crannogman, and then, of course, the South. It's the ultimate defensive place. I think to call him the Warden of the North makes the most sense. Suppose and denounce him publicly, giving me a reason to arrest somebody. It's a shame that... I wonder if we've got any people we could just straight up try and imprison up in the Riverlands. They might go into revolt, at which point we can just revoke their titles, and it would help speed things up a little bit. Okay, let's see who we've got righteous imprisonment against. Cape Wrath? Nope. We've got Byford, which is definitely part of the Crownlands. Bramsfort, which is also part of the Crownlands. Gravesham is Riverlands. 17% chance of success. Nice. Well, that would do it then. Holy shit, that actually might be all we need to dish this place back out. Fantastic. And they can't have too many troops either, seeing as they're just Gravesham. They're not known for their military might. Right, Boris, welcome. Let's go for Edwin, Lord Warden of the North. That's kind of cool that we've got a Stark Lord of Moat Cailin as our Lord Warden. That's cool. Right, Nicol and Edwin. There we go. Okay. I see. Thank you. Good. I mean, our vassals are going to fuck things up. To completely convert Westeros is obviously a monumental task. We're not going to drag the series out by trying to ensure that the whole thing is converted to the worship of Boris. That would be very boring. Obviously, just be sitting us waiting for things to proselytize. The second we get him the moral authority to a decent level, reform the religion, and obviously set him up as the Storm God, that's what I'm happy to do. Who would like to become Lady of the Westerlands? I mean, she likes us a lot. She likes us a huge amount. Should have fought to the Lord of the West. Yeah, okay, there we go. We'll also name a Warden of the West. She's likely to join us if we do any foreign wars. She's got 100 opinion. Lords of the Vale have 100 opinion. Cool, because we obviously gave those guys out. Drox Castle, Stormlander, that's fantastic. What about the Reach? What do they think of us? -1. I mean, we could try and sway him. Oh, he's a tiny... Well, if he dies, we become... We're his heir? Oh, shit, because it's our... Oh, right. He is a Stormlander vassal, though. I see that. That explains it. So, actually, we've already dealt with the issue of the Vale. we've dealt with the issue of Highguard. And all we've really got to do is give out the Riverlands and the Westerlands to Stormlander vassals. Then we've got nothing but Stormlander Lord Paramounts, and that should help conversion pretty quickly, huh? Holding a large feast. I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Spend lavishly on food. We might as well embrace it now that it's here, though. I didn't actually want to give her a funeral, because obviously we're saving it for Old Stones. Old Stones has some other unique events associated with it, just like Summerhall did. Unfortunately, we never got to see that. Weeping Town converted? Oh, God. Okay, that's pretty great. Unfortunately, we still got to do shit all about it, because this guy isn't... Wait, is it the province or the ruler of the province that determines who will spawn? So if we assassinate the Septum, will that give us the plot power, or will that give us a Stormlander priest? I'm not sure. Let's try it. We can move our capital to King's Landing. We can also request a coronation. Did we not request? Oh, I remember we started it, but then we got the uprising. Sure, we should definitely get coronated too. Move the capital to King's Landing. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. We can keep Storm's End. Oh, we can name Storm's End for the heirs. We give Storm's End to the heir. That'd be kind of cool. It also does kind of make sense. Plus, King's Landing being the traditional capital of the Iron Throne and being one of the most developed provinces anyway. Obviously, right now it's garbage. When the modifier wears off, we might move back over there. But I do kind of like Storm's End. It's a bit more thematic, right? So, placate the envoy. Good. Let the feasting commence. I would rather be doing the whole coronation thing. We can't do that while we're at war anyway, so we might as well. I don't know why War didn't interrupt this one. Bernard of the North. Oh, he's a Carstar that's become a regular Stark. He's adopted his ancestral coat of arms. Right, Rickard II. Sure. Jonas must be arrested to answer with that. Jonas is not guilty. I mean, whatever. Jonas is not guilty. It's not me. I'm not here to swing the sentence and pass the sword. Whatever it is Ned Stark said. Stag's Den has recently been destroyed by a coastal storm. Oh, shit. And the people of the town who pay a fee custom levied at the port request that the king and Storm's End discharge the petitioners from their fees. They're unable to see for vessels to the thought. Oh, God, the Storm's God is cursing us. I didn't realize there were storm mechanics. That's cool. Stags can get storms hit. Wow, okay. Oh, we can reach compromise because of our high diplomacy. But if we give them the gold, it actually has a much lower impact. But it's just Stag's Den. Why the fuck do I give about Stag's Den? That's not even our province. That's a vassal's castle. Lord Osbert is not guilty of these accusations. I'm sorry. No, he's absolutely fine. My daughter... Stop stuffing yourself, you pig. Oh, no, she's fine. She went for it anyway. And there we go. The funeral's done. Right, after we've dealt with this, then, give out the Riverlands, have ourselves a coronation. 3 out of the 5 vassals that we want to dish out, or 3 out of the 4 vassals. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 out of the 4 vassals are Stormlander. We just got to deal with the Westerlands, even if we want to. I mean, they are quite a powerful ally. They obviously like us quite a lot. Be a real shame to upset the apple cart. Religion can be reformed. Oh, my God. We can do everything now. This is fantastic. Salt this one down. Get rid of him. We'll deal with this first. We'll get our coronation. Or should we coronate ourselves after we make ourselves Storm God? We could become an actual God King. Right, stand down. Why can't we revoke your title? Oh, for fuck's sake. Immune to hostile actions. Forfeit Gravesham. Right, there we go. That's what we were after. Right, goodbye. That's mine now. Let him rot. Okay. So now we go to our character finder. We reset all. We find filter 2. We sort by stewardship, I guess. Kyle. House Pelagia. Do they still have land? Because obviously we don't want to land a patron house if they already have things. They are no longer landed. Looks like they... Oh, no, they are. They're a duke. Sorry, I can't land you double. Who else we got then? We got House Zul. We've got... Okay, let's look for maybe a good commander instead then. House Bywater. Beric Bywater. Your house is noble. Are they landed? They are, but very, very distantly. She may have even married off non-matrilineally. She did. She's also Stormlander, though. Ugh, gross. Okay, you know what? To restore glory, we can give it to Monsoon, our brother. Durrandon's on all of the kingdoms. You know what, Monsoon? Take it. Bend the knee. I mean, that would... No. In hindsight, he's got claims on all of our titles. No, he doesn't, though. He only has a claim on the Stormlands, not on the Iron Throne, because he's not a Dragon Rider. Okay, then, sure. Let's give him Seaguard. Yeah, that's a good idea. Give him Seaguard. Oh, he's a Black Brother. Shit. Right, okay, never mind then. What else we got? High Diplomacy, perhaps. This guy's pretty good, but again, once again, what about House Koalaborn? Are they still landed? Let's take a look here. His grandfather has land. They're only a lord, though. I can't believe I'm deliberating. I mean, this is definitely worth deliberating over, though, isn't it? Because a guy's going to be in control of a quarter of our country. It needs to be someone good. I am going to go with Duncan. He's a dutiful commander. Are these really our best people? These are our best people. Beric Bywater, take it. You deserve it. You know what? He's at most, he could inherit a count level title. That's fine. My friend, for services rendered, you also get Kingdom of the Trident. Good luck. And there we go. We've got ourselves a decent vassal. Plenty of family members as well. There is a chance it could inherit to a Stormlander. Oh, sorry, a non-Stormlander, a Faith of the Seven. That's nice. Okay, well done. So, what's next then? Let's become a goddamn Storm God, huh? So, do we want peaceful? Obviously not. I think unyielding isn't bad. That kind of makes sense. It fits in the whole Storm's End thing that wasn't supposed to yield against the Storm. It also shows sort of Durran Durrandon's arrogance, I would say, or not really arrogance, but his persistence. Think unyielding, or is it unyielding nature? Might be good. Proselytizing would be kind of cool. I've not actually tried this one before ever. Rulers waging more. Yeah, maybe we should go proselytizing, because we want to convert everybody to our religion. I've never done proselytizing. This sounds impressive. Cutthroat. Kinslaying's not seen as taboo. No murderers are not morally shown with dishonor. Rulers are more likely to start plots. Can mistreat prisoners. That sounds like it'd be super, super cool for like a pirate run or something. We're going to go with proselytizing. We need to bring the Lord, King Boris's power and religion into the fray. We need to make everybody believe that he is the one true God. Storm Kings. Lots of defensive bonuses. I thought that was the most appropriate for this religious doctrine because, of course, Storm's End was built to defeat the Storm, and that's what we went for here. So, resistance, proselytizing, armies are stronger when defending their home territory. Not only does it play into the God thinking, but it also works nicely thematically there. Animistic. So, what have we got then for the Game of Thrones mod? Divine Marriage might be appropriate because we are a god, you know, trying to keep the God's blood in and things, and plus all the rulers of the, not really Iron Throne anymore, Seven Kingdoms, but they generally tend to go for things like that, huh? I mean, just look at Joffrey, Tommen, every Targaryen. Robert descended from House Targaryen. Andy was a Baratheon, which descends from House Targaryen. There's a lot of arguments for that. Meritocracy is also very, very nice. Air designation is allowed would be fantastic. Blood magic. Ooh. What do you mean by blood magic? There's no magic in the world. Is this going to be another scam like that goddamn society we got into Path? Constant access to the Citadel. We already have that because we're a Westerosi lord. Equality wouldn't be too bad. What about daring, prepared invasions, seabound? Doesn't seem appropriate. I don't really know. Unrelenting could be kind of good. What have we got? Elective, feudal kings and emperors are considered traditional. Slavery, anti-slavery, adoption. So that's it. Wow, okay. Worship of the Seven can freely intermarry with characters who worship the Seven. Relations with characters who worship the Seven increased by +5. That might make... Oh, has access to knighthood and tourneys. So... we could adopt part of their religion into our own, use it as the basis, build up on the Faith of the Seven. I think that's cool. Not only will it make them more likely to worship us as a god, but it will make them more open to dialogue about it in the first place. That's a good plan. Blood magic I'm not a big fan of. I think we'll go for divine marriage, just because it helps keeping that... we've got that divine blood, we might as well try and keep it as pure as possible. That was the Targaryen sort of argument for doing so. What else should we go for? I think meritocracy. Designate heirs as much as we like, and then we've got divine marriage, so we can try and specifically keep genius and strong and all those things into the family tree. But if one just happens to come out inbred, doesn't matter. We've got meritocracy. Leadership. God King worship. What does that do? That sounds awesome. So, God King worship. The reformer will become the new head of the religion and be worshipped as a god. This will radicalize followers between supporters and opponents of this. Okay, so our... lords and all of the Stormlander vassals and all the gods of the Storm worshippers are going to love this. The Westerosi vassals are going to hate it. The traditional Faith of the Seven vassals are going to be radicalized according to that, which I assume means more warfare. Who knows? Our ruler walks as a god among us and must be worshipped as such. I mean, that's true. I mean, he's got that god blood inside him there. The Eleni, blood of the Storm King. We've got to go for that. Let's do it. God King worship, divine marriage, Storm King, worship of the Seven, meritocracy, proselytizing. Boom. Gods of the Storm, reformed, reformation, I guess. The ancient gods of the Storm reformed religion have attained great power. Rather than abandoning the old ways, God King Boris Durrandon, the most powerful drowned mans, have decided to reform the Storm God Reformed faith in order to ensure the spread of the worship of the God King to the four corners of the world. With the God King worshipped as its divine leader, the gods of the Storm faith have developed an official holy text describing the proper ways to worship the God King and counteract the arguments of infidel preachers and missionaries. The event can mark the beginning of a new era of religious reformation all throughout the known world and spell doom for the traditional religious powers for the Storm God. And now we are a butterfly. Did I not add... Let's not worry about that. More to the point, this sounds awesome. What does being worshipped as a god actually entail for us, I wonder? And welcome to the whole point of the series of finding this out. We do need to request a coronation. Your storm god demands a coronation. Is that supposed to be King's Landing? I I guess so, because this is obviously the seven-sided sept, and you've got clearly the Faith of the Seven there. Interesting. I've expressed my wishes and desire for a coronation at the Temple of the God King to Erwin. Hopefully he will accept my request. Well, I mean, what's he going to do? Say no? There we go. To his most holy grace, God King Boris, first of his name. In the name of the God King, in the name of you, I, Erwin, would like to offer you my blessing, allow your coronation in the great temple of the God Kings, many Andals, Rhoynar, and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, protector of the ground, under my guidance. Send out a message to all the lords. Obviously, the Faith of the Seven vassals, probably not a big fan of this, as you can imagine. Good God, this could take a while. Bear with. I've no one for such a dishonor. Sure, we can't put them in prison and deal with them for that, huh? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, well, given how many lords we've got, that didn't seem too bad, right? It was just a bunch of high lords. Right, okay then. Let's spend lavishly on food. Let's make this grand. Let's make it incredible. The God King ascends to the throne. Shit, if you ruin my... Oh, no, it's against one of my vassals. That's okay. Stormfire has also fully healed. They can come to the coronation now. Incredible. I hope you wear a lovely dress. Placate the envoy with some lovely words. The High Septum is going to turn up. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, because I suppose we do... So I wonder how it works. This is basically an Elder Scrolls situation, right? Where we got the Faith of Seven worship. We're allowed tournaments and things like that. We have basically named ourselves as the 8th Divine. I'm very much Elder Scrolls hints from this, vibes from this. So, we are the 8th Divine, but I guess the most powerful of them all, huh? Because the High Septon setup, we've got the worship. I guess kind of not really. Welcome all. Send out Lord Marshal Ammond. Sure, go for it. Repair it, don't care about the cost. We want this feast to be as good as possible. So, clearly we're always going to back in favor of our vassals here. They hate us. Wow, you really do hate us. Why? Kingdom of the Crown Lands. Too many held high lordships. Religion threatened -20. It's only 4 or 5 years, though, so it doesn't matter too much. After like 10 years' time, we're going to lose that modifier. We're going to lose the tyranny. We're going to lose the dishonor. People are going to start to like us very quickly. We've got to bear that in mind for succession, because I believe there's a chance they could break away, especially if a kid takes the throne. No, she's not guilty of that. She's a lady. How could she be guilty of that? As in like a lady, like a lord, not as in just like a woman. God grace Boris. Stokeworth, this is what I'm going to have to start calling my Prime Minister soon. Of course we shall aid you. Who against? The Vale. We can't, what, we join them against our own vassal? No, we should not get involved. I find in favor of Gale, of course, our sister. It was well spoken. Thank you. Lord Harris he's not guilty of anything. Which one is the more powerful one? Lord Franklin. No, obviously we shall find in favor of Lord Franklin in that case. Everyone drank and were happy except Lord Cleos, who refused more wine. This is an insulting gesture. Crowning of the king. In the name of the God King, in the name of myself, in the name of Boris, I, Boris of House Durrandon, first of my name, promise, pledge, and protect, and guarantee, in the sight of myself, Boris, that I will be protector and defender of the realm and always useful to it, however many, and so far as I am supported by the divine assistance of myself, according to my own knowledge and ability. Today I was crowned by God King Boris, myself, and formally received the title of the King of the Andals, Rhoynar, and the First Men, Lord of the 4 Kingdoms of the Storm and Protector of the Realm. This will strengthen my rule significantly. King of the Iron Throne, in the name of myself, yeah, we've just been over that. Order the Septum to stand down. Get the hell out of here. We need to go for higher realm authority, don't we now? Now's when we really want to raise it up. So being crowned does nothing. There's no trait. It makes us old. That's what it does. It makes us old. Who are you? I'm you, but younger. There's nothing. Oh, I thought we would get like a coronated trait or something. Well, that's kind of annoying. Is there like a worshipped as a god? Oh, there we go. Monthly party 0.25, trend 4, vassal opinion +5, worship. So this is essentially just being like the filker of the base game, but there are some extra bonuses associated with it then. I wonder what the bonuses for this are compared to the bonuses for being... the Hierocratic is... Or is that the priest? I don't remember. Whatever it is, I guess it's just you don't piss people off, but you do gain the extra temple vassal opinion, same religion. Oh, same religion opinion +5 is massive. I completely overlooked that one. All of the septums stand down, nothing we can do. Oh, but my friend, there is. We need to give staff... Oh, that was a temple. Oh, shit. I thought we revoked whatever Gravesham was, but no, we gave that one back out. Right, that explains a lot. Too many held high lordships. So what have we got then? Cracklaw Point, we don't really want anymore. House Cloudless, still kicking around even to this day. That patron house has survived everything. There you go, you can have this one, my friend. So I should also point out, we're going to stick with this save game. When we come back to the Game of Thrones mod next, we will be picking up with Lord God King Boris as the King of the Iron Throne. So we can play in like the North and try and do some things with that Dawn and try and do things. Maybe reform the Rhoynar faith could be kind of fun. The obviously being the Storm God worshippers, the Drowned God aren't going to be too happy about that one. They're probably going to be a little bit livid that we're worshipping the god that's supposedly their enemy. We can do so many things inside this world, and obviously I'll put it back to the way it was before if we do want to play in Essos. But it'd be fun to sort of carry on that expanded story. I know people do like that epic campaign as well. Right. So what was the plan then? higher realm authority should be first and foremost. Let's actually put our god's powers into perspective here. So higher realm authority, faith authority, faith of the High Septum. Do we have access to that just because we're the Iron Throne, kind of? Is that why we have access to these laws? Maybe we should have made our own empire in hindsight. Become a knight. Please, Knight God King Boris. Then it'll be Sir God King Boris to you. Nice. What other ambitions have we got? I mean, what if it's even left to do at this stage? What about our heir, first and foremost? What's he like? Kind of shitty. He's also likely to die soon. Bear in mind we have... Wait, primogeniture? I thought we had meritocracy. Yeah, that's not worked, has it? Meritocracy has just straight up not worked. Rulers can... Okay, so grant divorces. The Storm Son, sure. Ruler can raid infidel neighbors. Rulers, vassals do not mind if their levies are raised. Rulers can marry close kin, blah, 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 blah. Take up to 20 lovers. That's incredible. Designate any valid offspring as heir, but it doesn't work because the actual laws of the Iron Throne are affected. I mean, I could try and fix that. We could just flip over to Tanistry Succession or something, which may work in that regard. Yeah, that's fairly annoying that that's not worked as intended, but it doesn't matter too much. I mean, we've already got a lot of power out things. High Septum turns out not particularly fond of us. I think, however, he's the same as the Pope, isn't he? So there's always a High Septum landed or not. So he will always exist. There's nothing ready to do about that. We could grant him independence. He doesn't... Yeah, he has no land, so we could just grant him independence so that he doesn't have any sway in our realm. I'm going to do that, because otherwise he could launch a rebellion. He counts the king level title. So there's a secret modifier for characters. What is it called? It's like respect, authority. I forget what it's called right now. But basically determines what a character thinks of themselves and whether or not other characters treat them with the equivalent sort of respect. He has, I believe, an authority, or the Pope in the base game has the same as a regular king. So even unlanded, other kings will treat him like a king. They'll be like, oh shit, this guy's a king, we better show him some respect. Even if he's a nobody, you know, hiding out in some random court across the world, he still has that power. So this guy could very much dish up or stir up a load of rebellions, a load of revolts. I'm not too interested in that, thank you very much. So independence for you, my friend. We don't lose anything, because like I said, we control the Temple of Baelor, which will be renamed to, fuck Baelor, this Temple of the Storm God. Our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, many times removed. Boom, there we go. Excellent. Pick an ambition. What have we got now, then? I guess we'll just stick with becoming a knight. Can we even keep that one? Because that cancelled, just cancels automatically. I guess we're invalid for that one. Probably because we're not actually Faith of the Seven. I also need to put in a new image for that one, huh? See the realm prosper. King Boris wants to see his realm prosper by staying at peace for 5 years. That's a fair ambition to take. It doesn't matter even if we fail that. We're just taking it so we don't really lose the prestige, to be honest with you. We can also colonize now. Oldstones, I assume. Special title actions possible. So we've got Oldstone or Dalston Keep we can designate as a traditional heir title. So what that means is, like how Stannis Baratheon was given Dragonstone by Robert before he had any children, that's the traditional heir title. So it's not the immediate king's children who has that, but his brother, for example, would have that. However, for us, it would be our son, because we already have an heir. I don't particularly want to do that. I don't want to land my son. Ideally, we want to like send him on a foreign tour or something. Buy a knighthood for him. It needs to be... we need to be deceitful, ruthless, ambitious, envious, so proud. We need to remember that for the future, because just straight up buying a knighthood is quite powerful. Can we not send him on a foreign tour? He's content. Oh, you little shit. Well, that's annoying. What's his twin like? She's already married off to the Vale. Okay. So now we can start with the eugenics game a little bit and try and keep the realm together. Grant a knight... Oh, nice. We can just grant people knighthoods to pay them off rather than obviously gold or anything. That will increase their opinion of us. That's very cool. And of course, we have sympathy for Westerosi gods there. This is very fun. I'm enjoying this new mechanic that we've sort of given to ourselves here. There's not a lot to do. So, let's try and unify what's left. Let's make sure that the Westerlands worship the Storm God, and then I think we can leave it there. We're not going to get all of that done today, obviously. We've got to still pick up a few more promises. We've got a Septum that thinks he's some sort of independent lord there. Good luck with that one. They will honor their obligations. They might even break away, at which point we can... there we go. Surrender forthwith. Nice. So that is what happens if you're a dragon ruler. They will just occasionally immediately surrender to you, because he knows he can't win that with his 1,100 men. I'd like to see that incorporated into the base game to some extent, because surrendering... it would be nice that you didn't have to immediately surrender. That's horrible. The faith militant restored. We need to stop that right now. Oh, because we made him independent, we no longer have control over that. Maybe it'd been better to keep him vassalized and then just strip his power away legally. Because now we've made him independent, he's still, like I said, he's still that king level character. Okay, I should have done that in hindsight. That would have been a lot better idea. So the Vassals of the Storm Throne find us intimidating because our fear is up higher. So plot power defenses plus 10%, national revolt risk minus 2%. Vassals are 50% less likely to join factions or start plots. That's awesome. We need to find a wife for our son then. The Storm great-grandson deserves a decent wife, so let's see if we can find a genius unmarried woman within Diplo range. Right, okay. Maybe sort by age is a better idea. What have we got then? Anybody who is... I mean, there's plenty of geniuses, so that shouldn't be too difficult. She's actually very good. Look at that. Wow. And she's Valyrian. I want to land, and I think a lot of you have expected this, and a lot of you have actually asked for it as well. I want to land House Verlaine as the High Lords of the Westerlands. I think that would really suit them quite a lot. I think that'd be kind of awesome. Let's sway her for a while. We're going to need to. Reappoint the old council. Okay, so we've got a couple more provinces to swallow up here. They're at war with, I assume, our vassal. Yeah, so they're dealing with that one for us. Thank you very much. It's Hammerhall. It's independent. We could declare war and obviously finish them off. Oh, we can't because why? Must have a valid cast spell, I guess, because our vassal is at war. Dragon Conquest, these guys, they'll probably surrender immediately. Is that you, Sean Bean? They will honor their obligations now almost immediately. Yeah, gonna surrender, guaranteed. Perfect. We may have just reunified the realm there in basically one fell swoop. There we go, that has subsided. Smugglers enter domain. Thank you, appreciate that one. Reappoint the old council. I wonder if he's getting opinion bonus because we keep putting him back on the council, huh? Advisors. Basically, whoever hates us can be an advisor. You can be our Justicia, or not. He won't take the job because he's leading troops, I assume. Right, there we go. Okay, you can oversee the realm. You're garbage. You're Hand of the King. You're terrible. Can we put him on board instead? There we go. Okay, oversee the realm. Thank you. Shame the High Lords are apparently trash. Otherwise, we could put those guys on board too, but that's not a big deal. Right, where do we want to proselytize then? We've got a lot of work to do here. My God, that's a lot of work. People at King's Landing should be the first ones, right? It's the most popular city in Westeros. Collect some taxes. Don't see why not. Let's organize the army and let's pick a new ambition again. Shit, we're going to have to do that. Oh, God, hang on. That's very annoying. We've got no ambition, so we're going to have to lose the prestige. We can't do anything about that. Oh, you know what? We're actually not losing prestige for it. That's okay. Oh, is it lack of ambition -1 or somewhere? No, it doesn't matter. Sure. Private funeral will suffice for you then. It's kind of annoying this constantly being popped up. Right. So, honorary titles. You can have this one. Gonna have to keep on top of this quite, you know, carefully, because we've got a lot of, for the next sort of few years, still a lot of religious upheaval. We've still got to deal with tyranny and dishonor and that type of thing. After we've dealt with that, then we can sort of not worry so much about all this garbage at the top. Let's take you next. Stokeworth, can we just offer vassalization? For God's sake. It's annoying that for one province, the whole realm has to splinter, then they have to say, yes, of course, we'll join you, or not. They're actually trying to get independence. That's insane. Or they're trying to not fight us. Incredible. I appreciate that. You know what? Credit to you guys. You deserve your independence. Obviously, we're not going to give them that. That would be ridiculous. Fools will crush them too. Someone else decided to join. We've got to deal with it quickly, because faith of the 7 vassals that we have under us might eventually be swayed to join them. Now, just with respect, why we've lost fear. Why have we lost fear? What have we done to... Surely our fears... Does it tick up? Or is it just the actions of what we do? Maybe it's because... Oh, maybe we were at 80 and then it just dropped naturally. Maybe it degrades over time, like threat or something like that. I'll show them fear. Watch this. Ready to pull the friggin' dragon. Burn them all. That'll do it. It's random farmland. Burn it. There we go. Take that, House Cloudless. You shits. Constantly been a thorn in my side. Ah, there we go. Are they actually rebels against us? They're not. They're just rebelling. Who are you at war with? I guess the actual Lord of Griffin's Roost. It's very annoying that we can't step in to stop that. But I guess seeing as we've accepted Faith of the 7 as part and parcel of the agreement here, then I don't know. I'm trying to come up with some good headcanon for it, but it doesn't make sense. We wouldn't be able to fight in a militant septon. We wouldn't be able to, you know, stop him somehow. God damn it, 79%. Okay, we can assault this one down. I thought that we were going to have to use the dragon again against this random farmland. Take it down. Thank you. We are done. You are now in prison. Or not. She just becomes our vassal. That's fine. Is there anything left after this stage, or are we now fully united under the God King? I think there's like one province over here, right? Reappoint the old council. Yes, of course, do that. Okay, wait for the game to wake up. They now view us as intimidating again. Ah, there we go. Now we're at war against the Faith of 7. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Where are they? 9,000 men is actually fairly significant. A lot of people are probably going to sit this war out. Yeah, look at that. You can see sort of a lot of neutral characters here. So this guy is not joining our war, probably because, again, he's zealous. He's a knight. He's a theologian. He's Faith of the 7. That's when we're going to have some concerns. We can't do anything legally about that. We can't, like, chuck them in prison because they refuse to join us in this war. You Ashford, stay where you are. Let's put these boys down, otherwise they're just going to get killed. Should be an easy battle no matter. I mean, a 10,000 troop uprising could cause some issues, don't get me wrong. Obviously, if we get that, along with one of the High Lords going into rebellion, things like that, then it would be a real big concern. Especially if a couple of these potable ones, because religious unrest generally leads to religious unrest, you've done something to cause that in the first place. Us was, you know, getting worshipped as a god king, which I understand. Oh, what is this? As merchants specialized in rare books and scrolls have arrived in Woodmere seeking an audience, he's learned of your enthusiasm for reading. He's going to give us a book on observations upon the recent bloodletting at the Stepstones. Great, just what I wanted. Pirate sacrifice novels. Fantastic. That would come in very handy for ruling the Iron Throne. Let him rot. We don't have any, like, health bonuses or anything, so chances are we could just drop down dead any second now. We're not ready, either. We're definitely not. We need to be having more feasts. We need to make sure our vassal opinion is quite high, dishing out gold, that type of thing, just to ensure that opinion of predecessor doesn't kill our next character. What about you, then? Sellsword Infantry grab some land. No? What the fuck do you mean, Sellsword Infantry? Get the hell out of here, thinking you can be my goddamn vassal. Right, please do join me. Sure, Boris can deal with that by himself, right? I'm gonna set a rally point just in case. Right, let's put one in Storm's End. Should set one in, obviously, King's Landing, things like that, because that's where a lot of our rebellions are probably going to end up being. I don't want one in Parchments either. Thank you. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's all the same place. Right. They're coming over to us. That was your first mistake. Is this mountains? It's hills. Dragons are fine in hills, to my knowledge. Okay, so they're going to get here on the 19th first moon. Let's just have everybody dogpile on then. Right. Foolish child, gaining arbitrary. Deploy the dragon. We actually might not need the dragon. Enemy leader is in battle again. Oh, so they have no commanders? You fools. Okay, well, I didn't know we couldn't deploy the dragon if the enemy didn't have commanders. Oh, shit. That's actually very useful to know in the future, huh? If we find a Dragon Rider Lord, then what we can do is just take your commanders off until potentially that center or whatever is defeated, and then put them straight back on. I had no idea that was something. Wow. Maybe that was tactical. Maybe that's what the Sellsword Infantry were doing there. So one thing I was going to suggest as well, thank you, I will take these. Why don't we not try and tame the dragon with our next character? Why don't we just leave it out of the dragon pit? We can bring magic back to the world by having 3 dragons hatch simultaneously. That has a chance to... I believe the more dragons, the better, or there's like a random chance of it appearing. It's like a yearly chance or some rubbish like that, but... that will bring magic back, which means we can join those magical societies, or joining the Alchemist Guild has a chance of being able to, you know, uncover like immortal lichens and things like that. That could be quite fun to try and do. Our sort of final goal is to return magic to the world, and obviously the worship of the Storm God and things like that. We can learn some nice stormy magic, which has no precedent for being in Game of Thrones, I guess, outside of the stories from the Age of Heroes, but that's obviously all like apocryphal shit, so take that with a grain of salt. I think we'll leave it there for today. I mean... we've done everything we wanted to do, right? We've flipped the Westerlands, or we've flipped the Riverlands over to our Reform religion. We've got many... the Vale needs to be dealt with as well. Vale and the Westerlands. That's for tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode, very well, maybe our final one. Hatch the dragons. Flip these boys over to Gods of the Storm worship, so Westerlands and the Vale there. And we are done. Then, like I said, we'll keep the save game around so that if we want to dive into the Game of Thrones, maybe House Baratheon could go on some adventures by themselves or whatever, that could be kind of fun. We will check that out then, but in the meantime, a big shout out to the insane top tier level patrons for making this series possible in the first place. OBS is having an absolute heart attack over there. Shout out to Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Baniel, Blurry Bunny, Sidini, Conspire T, Crazy Pack, Crosis, Danny Good, Donald, Eric B, Escape, Facundo Vasquez, Fungus King, Gogolus, Harik, Haydog, Jimbo, Jocelyn, Dean Tesla, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Nathan Flores, Necrophilin, Palvis Presley, Serthal the Swede, Sorogon, Toby Cruz, Tom Terror 18, Tyler Kendall, Vacuous Backers, Zazzy 7011. Thank you all for your support, the Insanity lovers on Patreon. It is most appreciated. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series. We're getting right to the end here, but we've obviously got to come up with a good finale for it, right? And a big shout as well to Asro, Adam Person, Akari, Andrew Wilson, Arachnid44, Betterman's Max, Sidini, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Don217, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, GDWK Run, Genji Zerka, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, Harry McGowan, Icy the Great, Israel, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Euron DeVries, Jessica Smith, John Holiday, Johnny No, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plock, Justin Walters, Lemon Stark, Llewellyn Thomas, Matthew, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Nixie, Pansamu, Panther Pearl, Smirtworm, The Insane Pickle, Venom Meow, Will Wade Wolfie, and Zico2. Thank you all for your support.